on correctness, clarity, engagement, and delivery. So you and your ideas can.
Probably my sister. I think growing up, she was like my biggest inspiration. Oh, hi Vogue, I'm Rosé and I'm here in New York for the Met. Hi, sweet home. Do we have rice? We don't have rice? It came with rice yesterday. Before anything important, I always have to have rice. The first person that I told is probably my sister. I think growing up, she was like my biggest inspiration. You know how little sisters look up to their older sisters. I used to always steal her clothes and she would like kill me when she'd give me the death stare and I'd like run away. When I put the dress on, I definitely did want the big ribbon and this to kind of stand out.
Right.
So I think that's why.
Yes.
Wow.
I love being this assistant. It's my second job.
You're really good at it.
What am I doing? I've just switched on. I saw this Blackpink. I watched them quite a while ago, and one of the members of Blackpink is called Rose, and she's very fluent in English, really fluent, almost native. Do you know Blackpink? Korean girls, they're very good, very sexy. Check them out. If you're a young man, you will like them. Yeah, they're very popular, very good, very talented. Konnichiwa. I don't know. Well, it's good to see a few people talking. Thank you. I appreciate it. I just watched Queen, the Freddie Mercury story. That was quite good. But I saw real clips of Freddie Mercury. Although he was a very talented person, he wasn't a very nice person. He was no Harry Styles. Sorry, can you repeat what always seems to be the way? What do you mean about, well, I'm sure that all pop stars aren't like that. No, but I can understand famous people getting upset if they're constantly bothered by people or the press asking them stupid questions. I can understand when they get angry. But there's, there's no need to be rude to people or short-tempered or snarky. Yeah, but the thing, like with Justin Bieber, like he was a bit of a shitty twat. But like, can you imagine any man, any teenager or anyone in their 20s that's got $70 million? How would you react? But Justin Bieber is just not good. singer, guitar player, but he's also good at sports as well. You know, he's a very talented individual, without a doubt. I'll have to pick the phone up to read this message. Yeah, but I think that, you know, I guess the majority are onto that. But I'm just now I'm looking at a photograph of Kendall Jenner. I thought it was you know, the new Emma Raducanu, the tennis player. She just seems too good to be true. No, he's had a few good songs. But you know, like when he was like earning money for his family when he was like 10 years old. There's not many fucking people that have done that. You've not heard of? Are you Japanese? Well, this girl, she's won the. She was the first qualifier to win a championship in America. So a very good tennis player who's like gone from 0 to fucking 100. I was in a film with Sylvester Stallone. I shared a scene with Sylvester Stallone, and he was a very nice guy. You're not Irish myself. Why? What were you talking about? Emma is not Irish. Were you talking about someone else? Did we mention someone else? Where are you, Cavalog? Where are you from? I'm not Irish myself. No, but where are you from? No, but this girl, she speaks Chinese. She's educated. She speaks nicely. She's polite. You know, she's a very sporty person, and she's fucking very attractive as well. She's like, what do you call her? That movie star. Oh, you're from Ireland, mate? Okay. Which part of it? Are you from the south or the north? So have you got the rough accent or the smooth accent? I was working timeshare once and I met this guy. I think it was from Limerick, but his accent was so beautiful. How can they do that? One small island, and they've got part of the population that the way they speak is like music, and then the other side of the island, it's just fucking pure violence when they speak. How does that happen? You don't know how you lost it. What kind of fucking Irishman are you? Well, I've been here 30 years. I haven't lost my accent. It's not as bad as it was, But it has changed without a doubt. But it's not. I haven't lost it. I don't want to lose it. So. But the thing is, if you're from the countryside and you go to university, you you don't want a backwoods accent. Oh, really? So it's the same as England then. England is like that. I wonder if Scotland and Wales are the same. Yeah, in England it changes every 10 miles. In fact, in Sheffield, where I'm from, it changes from one side of the city to the other. But are you living in Ireland, or have you moved overseas? I do have Irish friends that watch my channel, and I will ask them. I do check things out. Well, you can't be mistaken for an American in Ireland, surely. Are you from a well-off family or something? Are you from like, for example, has your daddy got a job? Well, in Scotland, for example, I was in the Royal Marine Reserves, and my major was Major Sloan. My commanding officer was called Major Sloan. I didn't even fucking realize he was Scottish. The same with Sean Connery in the Bond films. I didn't realize he was fucking Scottish. I really didn't. And in New Zealand, they have some very strange bassifications of the English vowels. But there's in Wellington, they have got, like, it's called the Wellington set, and they just speak very, very posh. You don't even realize they're fucking from Wellington. You don't realize they're sorry from New Zealand. But this is what I'm saying. Do you come from a posh family? I have got Scottish friends in Nagoya, in Japan. And I've got one mate. Sometimes I can only ask him 2 times at most to repeat what he's just said. And then on the 3rd time, I just pretend I understood. I just pretend I understood what he said. So did your mum bring it up proper then? Yeah, well, even with posh family lives and things like that, in a poor family, you might not get all the clothes or whatever, but in a posh family, you're getting fucked up the arse. So it's swings and roundabouts. Oh dear. Yeah, well, there you go. Like you say, your mom, and she speaks nice and she speaks proper. But I think most people can speak proper when it comes to the situation. For example, if they're talking on the telephone or they're talking to a doctor, I used to work down the coal mines, and I lived in Barnsley, which is in South Yorkshire. And I was in the town centre one day, and I was walking towards the telephone box to make a call, and this young man came out. He said, because I was young at the same time, you know, this is like fucking 40 years ago, over 40 years ago. And he said to me, it didn't working rate. I don't know if you caught that. He says, it didn't working rate. But I heard what he said, but it's just one of those things when I didn't catch him. And then he said it again. He goes, it isn't working right. So he changed to understandable English. Why? Well, I'm sure that to be honest, you're probably better off with a nicer accent, to tell you the truth. If you go overseas, I'm sure you're going to get. I don't know if you're male or female, but it's you know, I'm guessing you're going to win people over. When I went to America. I was in what's called Vons Supermarket. It's a 24-hour. It's a 24-hour supermarket. This is in about 1989, 1988, 1989. And this girl saying on the till, she's going, "I just love your accent." And honestly, I thought she was fucking taking the piss. But in America, they just love the British accents. You know, whether you're Irish, Welsh. I'm not sure about Welsh. But definitely Scottish, Irish, and English. Oh, there you go. I've been I've been watching this on Instagram. There's these Turkish dancers, and I think it's called Asa. And these girls are fucking gorgeous, beautiful dance moves. It's just that their family will kill you if you ever approach them. So it's we've got some good foods in Turkey. Instagram, some great foods. So are you at college now? Are you working with? You're meeting these Turkish students. So they got Turkish students in Ireland now. Wow. So are you working? Are you a student now? This is where you're meeting all these young, nice Turkish girls. Oh, okay, so you were in Turkey. Wow, an Irish nightclub in Turkey. That's something. Yeah, but I don't know, because as you know, the Irish, they have the Irish tap dancing thing. I don't know if that goes down well in fucking discos. Shut that cunt up. He's ruining the floor. Oh, that's quite interesting. Recently I've been watching Instagram, and I've been fucking some amazing food from Turkey. No, I tell you, this. No, I don't know if this is true. You'll have to tell me, because as you know, with the Irish dancing, they dance with the arms by the side, and they said, I think it was the same in Brazil as well. and the Brazilians, they came up with like a self-defense thing, and they said it was dancing, and there was like a self-defense form of dance, and because the British didn't like, or the Spanish didn't like them fucking, or the Portuguese didn't like them doing this, they said it was a dance. Fuck ah! And that's not working, is it? And they said that they danced with their arms by the side so the British soldiers could not see them. And I don't know, I thought that was a bit of a stretch. So, but I did say there was a black girl from America, and she became a bit famous because she was doing Irish dance. She's quite cool, actually. I don't know if you've seen that girl. She's been to Ireland. I think she's been on Irish TV. So why? So what? Have you got relatives that are Turkish or something? Or why Turkey? You know, I think they've got some amazing places there. Actually, very historical places. Yeah, I met a lot of the Turkish people here, they're into breaking houses. Not breaking into houses, breaking houses, knocking them down. Okay, cool. Yeah, when I was in England, I used to knock about with a young mate, and his mum and dad actually went to Turkey. This is like in the 1980s. But like I say, I've been watching this food on the fucking. Well, you all know kebabs are good, but I've been watching this food on Instagram. It looks fantastic. No, it's not. It's like if they're not afraid of work, that kind of thing. Yeah, well, when it's all, I know I know one guy now. He was working here, and they were just building uh, separation walls. You know, when they put a house up, they had all these breeze blocks, and they just used to put these breeze blocks up around and they could get quite good money if they work for themselves. They could get quite good money. But he was kicked out. He couldn't find a wife. So then he was coming back. Then he got fucking. He got caught for smoking dope. That's another. Well, now no one can. I don't think anyone can get now. Tell you the truth. So how old is your mum? Sorry, I've been drinking. Tell me, apart from Cork being known for, there are some other interesting things about Cork, aren't there? I don't know, food or drink or whatever. Horse racing, maybe. Bulmers, wow. That'd be nice. Do you know, here, very difficult to get. A few miles away from me, they had some fucking cider from Asda. Have you got Asda in Ireland? And they were selling it. They don't know what it fucking is. They were selling it as wine, and it was like $6 a bottle. And then they realized what it was, and then they started selling it at $4 a bottle. I was so fucking happy that they were selling English cider at so cheap. Okay. Yeah, we're in. I don't know if England's had different capitals, but in Japan they've had different capitals, without a doubt. Yeah, I think most of the people that follow me, and I've got, like I said, I've got a few friends. One of the guys who was actually following me, he went to I think he went to the Olympics this year. I never got in touch with him to find out if he got there or how well he did. £20 bottles for 20 quid. You're living the Irish dream. Okay, man. It's been nice chatting to you. If you do see me again, click the notification bell, and it'd be nice to chat to you again. I enjoyed it. Thanks a lot. But that's fucking quid. That's 150 yen. You lucky Irish bastard. Wow. Is that Bulmers, by the way? All right, cheers, Ben. Bye-bye. Wow, fucking hell, that's cheap. All right, hurry up. If I'm still streaming, I'll chat to you then, pal. Bye-bye. Anyone else there? Anyone want to take over the thread? For people that are not British, Bulmers is a very fine cider. It's very nice, very famous. They do have some cider in Japan, but it's not quite the same. Emma Raducanu. Can't remember that tune now. How do I tell my brother his girlfriend is a hoe? When she didn't turn up last night, in the trade it's called no show. She said she was tending to a grandma that was sick. Turns out she was really tending to another guy's dick. She's a hoe, and maybe he does know. Let's have a look on the big board.
Alamak, not enough. Oh shit.
Hello, Courses, how are you? Bulmers indeed. Maybe it was God that sent you. Just trying to set up this thing. Oh, I might have done that. Oh, that's pretty good. I put my toothbrush in the bottle of water. Oh, sorry. You don't think what, Courses? That there's no God? You think there is a God? Or you think there isn't a God? I think you can look at, for example, like Scandinavian countries where it's like 95% don't believe in God. So if there was a God, okay, that's good to hear. No, but it's just like, like in America on the East Coast and the West Coast, very few believe in God. And it's always been my thing that if there was a God, and someone said the other day he was like omnipotent, so all powerful, he would, for example, if you saw someone in the street hurting a child or raping a woman, you would do something. So if a normal person would do something, then surely a God would do something. Just by the fact that, they didn't know, did they? They say 3 of the world's greatest religions started within such a short distance of each other. And it's just like anything else that they find out, well, we can control these people because we're this religion, or we can control this because we're this religion, and so on. And then they realize it's fucking, to be in charge of people, to rule people, or to threaten people, it's a good thing. And then in certain parts of the world, then it became a monetary thing, like in America. Even the Catholic Church, as rich as it is, it doesn't help people, so it's... Mother Teresa, she just like gave all the money to the Catholic Church, which she raised. We need to share money. We need to share... Well, we actually need to tax people correctly, the rich. Yeah, Well, if you look in places like Indonesia and Brazil and the Philippines, they're just saying to the just make more babies. And in the Philippines, particularly, it's just they just raise these babies into poverty. Then they have to send all their children overseas. So they send their children overseas to work, and then the mom and dads put guilt on the children to send money back. And so once the children have gone overseas, the mom and dad don't have to work anymore. They just it's about one. They can live for £100 in the Philippines, the families. And so if you're in, if a person from the Philippines comes to work here, even in a factory, they can earn like 20,000, 30,000. Yeah, you're right. What you say, yeah, without a doubt. They took those people in, they put them on cots, and then just watched them die. Of course, she's got to be fucking, you know. She was. There are good people, but she wasn't one of them. Where, of course, is where are you? Can you look like a native English speaker. Where are you? Where are you watching from? Okay, which part of? I assume you're a Canadian. Which part of Canada? That's the capital. Yeah, I've been to. Well, I think I went to the Niagara Falls, so I didn't actually cross over in. I can't remember. I don't think I crossed over into Canada at that time. Can't remember exactly. But then I met a Japanese girl, and she was a rich girl, and I visited her, and she was staying in Vancouver in the harbour. So her mommy and daddy was very rich. But she called the police on me. The police, they called the place, and they said, "Will you leave the building peacefully?" So I said, "Yeah, sure." So I'm glad they were Canadian police. Could have been a little bit different if it was in America. So I am cool with that. I was a bit surprised, actually. Yeah, Vancouver. Vancouver was certainly interesting at that time. And I don't know if you've been to Vancouver, but it's like a place called Main Street. It can be very dangerous. I don't. What's the guy? Yeah. So, what is the good about the Canadian side? I should have crossed over. Really, I was driving across America. Yeah, I don't know what. Maybe I did. I can't remember. I can't remember clearly. Maybe I did cross over, but not for not for long. Yeah, but it was amazing. As I was driving up to the falls, you just hear this massive fucking noise. You know, the noise of the river is unbelievable. I had a barrel, but no one would help me into it. Okay, so you've got like an amusement park there. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there was an amusement park at the American side. Yeah, very famous. I think what do you call it? Marilyn Monroe. She was in a film at that place, at the Niagara Falls. Yeah, well, unless I win, travel's got so difficult now, though. You know, and I'm just wondering now if you can get insurance. No, because if you're over 60, I'm just wondering if the insurance things have changed. I was talking to the young guy before from Southern Ireland, and so tonight I watched the Freddie Mercury film, the Queen film. So that was all right. Yeah, I watched it. I watched the show from your country. What was it called now? It was a show about mutants, and it was like one girl, and there was like 8 mutations. And I thought she was one of her characters. I actually thought she was English, same as with her brother in the show. I can't remember the name of the show now, but definitely good. She won an award in Canada, I think, or maybe America. She played 8 characters. Yes, I'm watching, of course, Norm Macdonald, fantastic comedian. But I was a bit surprised because I saw footage of him saying that he believed in God and not science. And he was a very smart man, so I was a bit surprised by that. Because he was talking about science said that the Earth revolved around the sun, but science didn't say that. The Catholic Church said that. And when Galileo said that the Earth actually revolved around the sun, they put him in jail. So I was a bit surprised that Norman would believe that. No, neither did I. Neither did I, because I thought he was too smart. Yeah, he was saying he believed in God. But like I say, like I said, he was like, I don't, like I say, because you know what he's like. That you don't. I didn't know if he was kidding or not. Yeah, it's, and that's what he said. And he brought up this topic of, scientists don't always get it right. But as Ricky Jay said, whatever happens, if all the science, like science and mathematics, mathematics is a true language. You can't change it. It's true. So same with science, you can't change it. Water on this planet will always boil at 100 degrees or 212 degrees. It'll always freeze at 0. So those laws are true. But with religion, it depends who grabs hold of you first. Like for example, the Tom Cruise's religion. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So Tom Cruise's religion, that was when I first came here, they used to advertise all the time in the Japan Times for English teachers, 250,000 yen. Ron L. Hubbard. And the only reason he made that religion was just to avoid tax. You can't make the shit up, can you? That's the only way to get away with it. Make a religion up. But if Americans don't fucking educate their fucking children, what can you do? Same within South America, Central America. The church is just powerful, and I was talking to a young man a few days ago. He cannot even broach the subject of religion with his workmates or friends because they will just fucking, what's the word? They'll kick him out. Is it ostracize? Extradite? Fuck him off? And you don't know. You just don't know how many. I'm talking about the middle of the country now. How many people are there like that? Very surprised none of my regulars on here tonight. Yeah, I was saying to this guy the other day, I forget where he's from now, and I was in, when I first came here, I was teaching English in Tokyo, and I was saying to this guy, he was Korean American, and I said, well, we should just ban all religion. He got really fucking angry. I thought he wanted to fight. Korean American, and in Korea they've got dodgy religions. I can't speak of the fucking Muslim religions, Islam. I can't speak of that. I don't know if they fucking cheat money or steal money or whatever, but in Western religions, definitely Catholics, they just fucking, they abuse that money. Yeah, but that's, in Japan, there are 200 million church members. They go to the shrine and they fucking ring a bell, throw some money in a fucking pit. Or they ask something at certain times of the year or ages of certain people. They ask the priest to come to the house, and then the priest like says something, mantras, blah, blah, blah. And then they give the priest some money in an envelope. But basically, they keep the religion to themselves. You know, Bell, I was saying the other day, it's just like with black and white people in America when they believed in God as they do, the white people, they were telling black people, because to them the black people were inferior. They're saying you have a different God. So still being able to control them, they said there is a God, but yours is different because you're not as good as us. And black people said, oh, okay. It's sad. What about oh, of course you're in Canada. What is it like in Canada for religion? Yeah, you should see my Drive Me Nuts video. Thank God for that. But having said that, America's the fucking worst. Now, what they need to do is they need to put a wealth tax on the church. But the governments will never do it because they're scared of not getting the vote from the fucking churches. You know, because if Hitler was in America and the churches would say, vote for Hitler, we think he's the right guy, they would do it. If the churches told them to vote for Hitler, they would fucking vote for Hitler. How can you show so much faith in one person telling you what to do? They're just too afraid to ask questions. Do you remember Heaven's? It's called Heaven's Gate, where some sect they told people that the fucking a spaceship was coming to pick them up. But I'm sure that those people, you know, they weren't 100% sure that a fucking spaceship was coming to pick them up. Yeah, oh, maybe, I don't know. Must be 20 years ago, 25 years ago. Let's have a look. I wasn't far off. 23 years. $23, 38 people who died with cult leader. But obviously the leader fucked up because he died with them. Matching outfits, identical Nike sneakers. But how can you, like, there's 38 people and he says there's a spaceship following a comet. So I'm just reading now. It says, as strange as their beliefs were, the cult members had once been everyday people who were drawn in by a sense of belonging and togetherness. Many of these people weren't losers with low self-esteem. They were losers with high self-esteem. That's Hale Bop. The Hale Bop comment. This is the problem with a lot of Americans. They think, why am I here? Why am I here on Earth? That's a question you don't need to ask. Yeah, of course, Jim Jones. Yeah, Guyana, 600 people. You know, it's one thing like going to your local church and maybe giving in $10. Traveling to a fucking other country, a few thousand miles away. Japan's good, yeah. Maybe it would be good to. Norm MacDonald tells a story about being on Vancouver Island in Victoria. And I actually did the same thing that Norm did. I stopped at one of these places, these bed and breakfasts in Victoria Island. You know, a very normal place. Nowadays, they would be called the I forget what they call them now. The new thing. But the sad thing is that once you're into one of these things, there's no you cannot be talked out of it. It's like having a bad boyfriend or a bad girlfriend or working for a bad company. You cannot change someone's belief if they've been conned. I saw this one fucking cult in America, and the lead of the cult actually fucking shagged his own son's wife. It was in a BBC documentary. That's how fucking sick and evil these people are. Sorry, I didn't answer that question. Are they real? No, not like America. No, they've got two. They're usually members of two cults or two sects or two churches. But they're not really. No, they're not. No. Well, I suppose the good thing, be like it seems that you can't talk or make sense or teach sense to the people in the middle of the country. And it's in a way, it's like the communism in Eastern Europe or Russia, when people knew it was bad, people knew it wasn't good, but they couldn't say anything because they couldn't trust anyone. They couldn't say, we think we're being fucked over here, or we think this is bad, and it's the same in America now. You can't say, this guy was telling me, you cannot say his true feelings because they just ostracize him. They kick him out of the community. And the sad thing is, it's not going to fucking change. Yeah, there you go. But I think that's an old Union chant. Together united, will never be defeated. They don't realize that the enemy is really the upper class, the fucking business class. They don't realize that. They'll make excuses to make the, you know, they always blame the lower classes, the people without work, or the blacks, or the poor whites, or the Hispanics. They blame them, but the businesses, the military, the businesses, they just get so much more fucking money. But the newspapers will never produce that. They'll never repeat that. And everybody fucking blames the people that aren't working. Yeah, it's the strangest things, you get, they say they're 1 week away from devastation if they have a bad accident, or they'll lose their house by having one of their family members is involved in a bad accident, and they still defend it. I don't want any socialist telling me what I want to do. But meanwhile, you've just been charged $50 for the nurse to pass your baby to you. I've got a bag of ice and that keeps this cold. The refrigerator is outside downstairs. I can't understand. See this, I wanted some new memory. So I took this stick out. It's a 2 gigabyte stick. I took it out of the computer, and the computer is just running the fucking same. It's not the other chip is a 2 gigabyte, but it's not really fucking changed anything. So that has confused me. I just thought of a dodgy joke. Not go figure, go finger. That could be a service I could offer. This girl, she's the one of the top models in town. She is, I think, half Japanese, half Iranian. I think her name's Lola, maybe. She's very, very popular. Probably very, very rich. I did come on earlier tonight and for about half an hour. No one joined, so it's nice to have had a couple of people to talk to me tonight. That's nice. Yeah, probably not for at least another year. No, it's just a good place, you know. You know, the food is great and it's safe. Now, hang on, let me close a few of these windows. It's 12, it's just past midnight, 12 o'clock.
Lamasio is all about going beyond what we women are used to when it comes to functionality and versatility. Everyday bags for men seem to be smarter and more functional.
Yeah, I don't know if you know in Britain what's happening at the moment. You got all these fucking middle class wankers that are closing down the roads by walking onto the roads because this time they want people to insulate their houses, so they're blocking all the roads. I wish I was in England. I would attack these people. What better way to get fucking instant publicity for your channel? I'd be throwing fucking bottles of piss on them and shit. No, I'm English. I have this particular thing, you know. We've got England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, but if a Scottish guy speaks, he's Scottish, and if an Irish guy speaks, he's Irish, and if a Welsh guy speaks, we just tell the fucker to shut up. But and unfortunately, we take the piss out of Welsh, and. But like I'm English, people ask me where I'm from, I say England, I'm English. Because although we're very, very similar in pubs and food and things like that, and football and fighting and scrapping, we're very, very similar. But we are separated, without a doubt. And we talk differently. Ireland, Wales and Scotland, they have their own languages. They really do. But, you know, like sometimes I'll say I'm English and some people say, oh, you know, British. Well, outside of that, maybe British, but the first thing I'm English, so. But you cannot say you're English because they'll say you're racist. But the thing is, if you're talking to a normal Irish person or Scottish person, it's very difficult to understand them without a doubt. Yeah, am I being racist when I say I'm English? But in England, you can, if you fly the national flag of England outside your house or you carry it, you are deemed a racist. For example, I see Canadian flag, you know, programs or whatever, or sporting events. I see Canadian flags. I see Japanese flags, American flags. But see a fucking see a white flag with a red cross on it, all of a sudden he's racist. People seem to forget that the English people, although we fucking treated a lot of countries like shit, when it came down to the fucking line, we also defended the world for quite a while. So then again, we were like a powerful country at that time. So we didn't give in. And maybe for a while it was appreciated. And then the Americans said they won. Yeah, I think wherever you're from, you know, like whether you're Scottish or Sri Lankan or Pakistani or Indian, you see all these flags all over the place. You see Turkish, in Japan, you see Turkish flags all over. If I put a red and white flag outside my house with the red cross, and people will probably say, this is where the English racist lives. I should do it. Because this place I live in now, it's a big white building. Maybe I should paint a red cross on it. I don't think the Japanese would mind, but certainly the English teaching wankers would. So. My head's creaking a bit. Yeah, that's good. You know, like if you all grew up that way. But it's, you know. But I think, you know, like if whether you're from London or you're from fucking the north or from Scotland, if you talk with the local accent, then you're one of us. Yeah, well, there are things that are pure. They're called Inuits. I shared a flat with a very famous Japanese person, and he was an adventurer, and he holds the record, the Guinness Book of Record, for the longest unassisted walk in the world, and it was like 900 kilometers. He walked down the length of Greenland, and he was telling me this story. He was walking towards the North Pole, and something happened. Either he lost his tent or his supply or his gas bottles, and he wouldn't have survived. So what he did, he ran 50 kilometers, I think, something like that. He ran a long way and he went because he could speak Inuit. He learned Inuit, and he found a village. He could see the lights in the distance, and he just ran to this village. And of course, they're not going to fucking turn him out because they didn't have Toyotas. So they, and like obviously they took him in. And the last time he went there, he had to abandon his trip. So the point of the story was he did an amazing trek to save his own life, and then the Inuits took him in. Have you ever built an igloo? No, I'm only joking, man. Okay, what were you doing there? Were you hunting or catching fish or working? I guess it's a cold that I've never known. So I'll see if this. As you're a Canadian, maybe you should know this joke. Yeah, he was saying like there wasn't much difference between like minus 30 and minus 50 or minus 70. There's no difference. So that's what he told me. I was going to ask you something. Oh yeah, what do you call an igloo without a toilet? I'll repeat that. What do you call an igloo without a toilet? You call it an ig. It's an old English joke. An igloo. So if it's got no toilet, a toilet which is a loo, so you take the loo off. So you call a toilet with that. You call an igloo without a toilet an ig. I thought that would have been a very popular joke. Is that the right pronunciation? Igloo? Did he have a different way of saying it? And moving up in the market, an igloo with 6 loos. Yeah, I've got a Facebook friend, and he shoots a lot of game, so he's into like, the deers and the caribou and things like that. So that'd be cool to visit him. But I've also got a friend that he's like got 4 kids, and one of them he's about 19, I think, and he's fully bilingual, Japanese and English. This young man, and I think he went to Alberta to get work. I think he's enjoying himself, But I thought that was pretty. Because I think he's only ever spoken English with his brothers and sisters and his dad. So. Yeah, I don't think he was doing that. I think he was doing some kind of building work, but. When is it? I think I'm fairly safe in saying, what do you think of your current Prime Minister, Mr. Trudeau? What a fucking joke. I don't know if it's, do you have impeachment in Canada? Because apart from being a fucking stupid fucking cunt, you like him and you hate him. Well, really? Okay. Can you elaborate? No, I've just seen him. He just tries to make himself look. He's like Boris Johnson, where he tries to convince people that he's doing the right thing, or he's nice, or he's likable. He's just like Boris Johnson. I'm already thinking of food for tomorrow morning. Now, to me, oh, you can, oh, that's a pretty piss poor reason anyway. He might have legalized pot, but no, that's not good for the country. Might be good for a few people, maybe, but he seems to be like trying to big himself up all the time, like he's never done anything wrong. He's exactly like Boris Johnson. I think the only good reason to legalize pot, maybe something else, is to take out the criminal element of it, and I think that's a great idea. Same with the other ones; they should take the criminal element out of all drugs. You know, it's help stop crime. If they wanted to take the serious drugs, then they'd have to do it under medical supervision. You know, because a lot of people all over the world, they die from tablets, or they die from bad cocaine, or they die from fucking bad heroin. Yeah, it's like in America, they're fucking jailing usually black people for so many years for selling a bit of pot. That's ridiculous. But if they can paint it, and then they can put these people in jail, and then they can fucking get money from the prison system. It's ridiculous. I knew someone in Japan, and it's very looked against, and I think he got 13 months. Yeah, there you go. That's the first time I've heard, for example, before, for-profit college or school. That's the first, but that's what it is. That's the first time I've heard it put that way. No, but even when they said it cost like 600, this is a long time ago. It cost $600 per prisoner. Or surely for non-violent prisoners, they could like release them and fucking pay them $300 or $400 to stop doing what they're doing, at least for like a year or so. I think there was one guy that was like jailing fucking teenagers, and he was getting a backhander. And I think they should fucking check upon all fucking judges on their backgrounds, their fucking any relations to these prison. There's got to be more. You know, like if you jail someone for 20 years and you're talking about fucking $600 a week, that's a lot of fucking money. It's like $30,000 times 10 years, that's $300,000, $600,000 or more over 20 years. These judges have got to be getting fucking kickbacks. If nothing else, it's a fucking good film idea. I know they've been doing it for fucking youths, because one cunt was jailed. I think one came to light because what they did, he was a young man, it was his first offence, and he was jailed, and then he killed himself. And so they started to check into it. Why were, you know, like it was his first offence, why was he given like a custodial sentence? Can you imagine taking money to ruin someone's life? That should be a worse fucking crime. You know, it happens in a lot of countries. Hey, courses, I'm getting a bit tired now, pal. I'm gonna sign off. Been good chatting with you. Hopefully you'll, if you put the click the notification bell, be good to talk to you again. If you've nothing better to do, take care, pal. I'm gonna sign off. Oyasumi.